Welcome to this podcast.
That's what the fuck I thought.
Why do you have to use words like pussy and vag and minge? What's wrong with you kids?
This is the way we talk.
They're so different than anything that existed like 20, 30 years ago.
Now we're recording.
And we are recording.
And we recording.
Yo, let's get the ball rolling. What up, Jacob?
Hey, what's up, Alyssa?
How's it going?
It's going. How about you? How you doing?
I'm chilling. I worked today, so that's lame. But yeah, and it felt like the day took. You ever have those days where the shit just drags?
Mm.
And you're like, why? And you know what's weird? I asked my coworker and I was like, is it just me or is today just dragging? The other day, I think it was like Friday or something. And she was like, yeah, it's taking forever. And I'm like, why does that happen? Why does it feel like that? Because some days will pass by too and I'm not doing shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I noticed because like the other day I was telling you, like, do you feel like time goes by quicker? I don't know if it's because we're older, but like the years and the months, they just pass by like that. Like,
they really do.
right before you know it, bills are due.
But you know what my mom
due.
always told me? She always said, once you get out of high school, time is going to fly.
Yeah.
And it really did. I felt like high school took forever to complete.
Yeah. I mean, well, also you gotta like think about like the age we're in. So it's like a small percentage of our life. Now that we're a little bit older, that percentage becomes less and less.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah.
But some days do be going by faster than others.
I know they really do though.
It really does. And
for the most part, I was gonna say like I know a lot of times I can manifest it and be like I'm gonna have a good day, it's gonna go by quick, and it usually does. But a lot of times, for no apparent reason, it just goes by quick. And the days that I don't eat it, man, I'm just not having it. It just drag out all night long.
Yeah, and they do say that like time flies when you're having fun. So I get that. Like when you're constantly busy, time does go by faster because you kind of forget about it. But there are days where I feel like I'm still like having a good time and it still feels like a long ass day by the end of the day, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just your perspective and like what you did and like if you put in a lot of work and body movement, I don't know. Your heart's overwhelmed.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel it because I mean some 10-hour shifts feel like nothing, but there's also some shifts that like a 10-hour and a 12-hour shift doesn't feel like any different.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it just depends on how hard I work or like what mindset I'm in at the time.
I feel that.
Because I know for a fact if I'm in a bad mood and I'm just like, oh, fuck this, all this happened to me, this and this, I start like, little things around me start kind of getting even worse, like manifesting just bad, negative like vibes and just all around me. Like you notice like when you're in a hurry, rushing out from to going off to work or whatever, and you got your coat jacket like the sleeve snags onto
the door, and it catches you. And
it only seems to happen when you just like
when you're having the worst day and it's the worst time and you're in a rush and you're trying to get in and out.
And that's just the worst. This is the worst. You're like, man, nothing can go my fucking way. Like this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I agree. I've had plenty of those.
Yeah, I've been trying to like not look at it as that way. Like come look at it as like half glass full type of way. Like okay, well maybe like I'm running a little bit late, but maybe there was an accident that I would have avoided if I would have ran on time.
It could have all happened for a reason.
Yeah, everything could have happened for a reason.
Yep.
So
I always say we'll get there when we get there. When I'm late and someone else is like mad about being late, I'll be like, just chill out. We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather get there alive than dead.
That's so hard for me with being late. Like I just get so like.
Oh yeah, it gives me hella anxiety. I always have to be an hour early, but if I'm not, then.
Yeah.
I try. Know.
When I first got into the workforce, like if I was running late, I would be speeding.
Yeah, I used to do that too.
At least, okay, I'm only going at least 10 minutes late. But once you get older, you realize like, oh,
it ain't working.
I mean, we're late already, so I mean, what's another? I might as well go ahead and get me some breakfast.
Right. Get some coffee.
Because you're late is late, you know?
It'd be like that.
Yeah, you definitely know.
Especially if your boss already knows. So you're like, all right, bet.
Yeah, no, I'll do that all the time now. What was that?
I don't know. We had a little glitch right here.
Just now?
Yeah, because the little light went out and the TV is no longer on.
It's still recording.
Yes, sir.
Let me check the camera, make sure the camera's still recording too.
I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah, we in business, baby.
I wanted to ask you, you ever get into a room with you ever get into a room with somebody and you can just like feel their aura, whether it's negative or good, and you don't know this person yet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my coworker were just talking about that, and she was telling me how she had like a few nurses come in and they had really bad auras or vibes, and she was like, she already knew they were trouble, and they ended up being a lot of trouble. Yeah.
No, I've noticed that here lately, and also noticed like a shift from, I don't know, the further that we get into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Like before, you could manipulate me. I don't know if it was as a kid, but it seemed like this change, this shift kind of like happened after 2012. You could kind of like, I don't know, I could just tell when somebody's bullshitting me now. It's so much easier to just kind of get in somebody's head and know that they're lying, like what they're lying about something, you know what I mean?
Right. They also, but like another thing for that could also be your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25. So maybe you just weren't seeing their bullshit. Does that make sense?
That's what I was thinking too. But I was listening to a podcast about and it's a lady that's older than us, so she was her brain already fully developed.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, and it wasn't until like she said like around 2012, I was like the same thing. I was like, okay, yeah, I could see that too, because I know for us it lines up just like, oh no, we're just getting older. That's like when our brain is starting to get into the final developing stages, but I don't know, man. I think.
So what's so great about 2012? I know we were supposed to die, but that, like, who said that we were supposed to die and that the world was supposed to end?
The Mayans had predicted they ended.
Oh, because that's when the Mayan calendar ended. That's right. Okay. They didn't predict it, did they?
I don't know if they predicted it or did they just run out of stone, got lazy, and went.
I think they ran out of stone.
Man.
I mean, they did that way ahead of their time. So.
I mean, I know we're like really progressing in this world, but like after 2012, a lot of weird shit started going down. You know, what if we happened?
Weird shit happened before 2012 as well, though. So how do you explain those events?
I just feel like today is so much more common, though. It's just like every single day. You know?
No, explain, elaborate.
I don't know, bro. Just like the craziest shit, like this.
Just like experiences, they like
this over like politically correct climate, this all inclusive. People have changed. Yeah, people have changed, but it's like sometimes I feel like they're okay. Like damn, I don't want anybody to get offended at me, but I'm like sometimes I feel like there's certain people that are just doing it for attention, you know, just to, like ruffle up a couple people's feathers, but. I don't know. I feel like it's just like, I mean, it would make sense. Like, say if the world did in 2012, and our consciousness got uploaded to like either another universe or a different simulation. But like, that's why it's slightly different. That's where the Mandela effect comes into play. That's why we're thinking, oh, it used to be this one. Oh no, it's this one. You know. So maybe. It did their best to try to recreate this reality, but it's like slightly off because the one that we were riding on before 2012 vanished in 2012, as predicted by the Mayan Empire. You know.
That's a theory.
I mean, it's a theory. Yeah, this definitely. I mean, these are definitely all theories. You know.
Yeah. To me, that's kind of a reach because I think that things are definitely changing, but I think it's due to social media. Social media has had a lot of influence on how people have changed, how people communicate, how people act.
Yeah, ever since social media, you get these like Instagram models, and I don't remember growing up as a kid and just girls were just like shaped like bottle caps, like just Instagram model
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like, what's going on? What are they putting
Yeah.
in the food? You know?
Yeah.
And it's like not they're not all doing like butt implants and stuff. You good? Just
I have
watch
this
it.
crook in my neck. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, just watch it so you don't fall. Make that thing fall. Check.
Anyways, social media does have a lot of influence because I feel like people back before social media lived for themselves, and now we're constantly living for other people. We're constantly trying to show off what we have, show off what we're doing, show off our successes. And if we're mad about something, we always want you to know. Do you know?
I heard the dopest quote the other day. Shout out to Lil Duval. It was on his Instagram. Speaking of social media, but it said, don't do things out of love, do things for love. Or maybe I have it reversed. I don't remember. But it's basically like, don't just do it because like you're supposed to love them because they're like family, but just do it out of your own love, you know?
Yeah. That's good. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Kind of touching on like what we were talking about, but
Yeah. I like that.
I don't know, man. This shit right here is crazy. I was also talking about since we're on this subject about like what they doing to the changes.
Mm-hmm.
I used to drink so much milk, but now I can't. Like I'm lactose intolerant.
Do you think you're lactose intolerant, or have you been?
No. Like I never had like the bubble gut. Like okay, like you drink milk, your stomach starts turning and kind of get like gassy and it like hurts, and it's like lactose intolerant. I don't know. Me and Steve were talking about the other day. It was like, bro, they're putting something in the milk because like I never been really lactose intolerant before. I'm telling him, I was like, yeah, man. So I don't know.
They're putting a lot of new things in our food.
I don't know if you've like felt that way before.
See, I don't drink milk, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But as far as like food, I know they're putting a lot of, chemicals, steroids, and all of that shit in our meat. And I haven't really seen a difference, but a lot of people are outraged by it. And that's why everyone's trying to go grass-fed, free range, all of this stuff.
Well, the worst is when you're eating on a chicken and you bite in on a tumor. Like
I have noticed they do have a lot more of those now.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get some regular chicken breast, and they got like all these little bubbles coming out of them.
I'm not sure if it's a quarter or a nickel, but as long as the tumor is smaller than like a nickel, or if it's even as big as a quarter, I'm not sure which one they go by, but as long as it's not bigger than that, they leave it in there. So you like eating on that Tyson chicken, you're like it's in the middle of the breast. Yeah. That's a cancer. Just a little.
That's disgusting that we know about it and we still eat it. Like we have no other choice unless you want to raise your own chickens and kill them. Not a lot of people do that anymore. I mean, there are still plenty of people that do, but
man, I don't know if I could, if we had the space, yeah, I'd probably try to like be self-sustaining. Yeah, and I also want to be able to get go hunting.
Yeah.
I'd be like full Joe Rogan. I just want to go get out there. I just want to go get some elks and stuff.
Right.
Load the freezers. Yeah.
What are you looking up?
I'm about to look up some stuff since we're talking about food. I've seen this shit. You don't want to watch it?
Because I've seen it.
You saw it already?
Yeah, stop it. I don't want to see that bullshit.
You seen the rat?
I like Whataburger.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
You're going to ruin it.
Yeah. No, I didn't even want to say their name, bro, but fuck, man. Damn,
moral of the story, you guys, he was trying to look up a video of this rat jumping in the deep fryer at Whataburger, like where they do the meat and shit. And the motherfucker died, obviously, but they took it out. That's disgusting, man. Which one was that? Up north? I thought it was up north when I saw it. I think I saw it on Facebook or something. Oh,
that looks like your old stomping ground, Bastrop, man.
No.
Yeah, I swear. Occurred on September 1st, 2019.
It happened in Bastrop? I'm disgusted. Y'all need to get it together.
This is old stomping ground.
No fucking way, dude. Ew.
Yeah.
Man, fuck that and fuck Bastrop.
Yeah, well, that's your stomping grounds.
Okay, and yours is Sealy, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, not much better. But that's just where I went to high school at, man. I don't claim Sealy, Texas.
I don't even claim Bastrop. I never went to Bastrop.
I just had to do a little time.
I'll fight you.
See.
Quit calling me out. We're both from the South.
Oh shit, we're in the South right now, but we're like both really from the country stuff like that.
Well, I don't know. Louisiana's pretty like Southern. I feel like they're sometimes more Southern than us. You think?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like
they have to be, dude. They be out there fighting gators after dinner.
No, I feel like maybe you're right, yo. There's sometimes that they could be like a little more crazier.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. Texas is pretty crazy out here too.
Yeah, we are wildin'. We're kind of like hood crazy, and then hood and hippie crazy, and Louisiana's just like hood and crazy, and country crazy.
Louisiana is a bunch of like just coonites. It's all them bayou swamp people. Yeah. No, but me, shit, I don't know. I got a little bit, I guess, a background, a little bit of everything. Went to high school in Sealy. Did like some country shit. I did the whole shebang, yeah. China rodeo, fucking team roping. That shit ain't work out.
Hit a lifted truck. Hit lights.
Oh, lifted truck, yeah. Road bulls.
Road bulls. Had a belt buckle. You wore a hat.
Just to experience everything, really.
Cocaine cowboy shit.
Yeah, a whole lot of cocaine cowboy shit, though, for real.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, bro. That shit was live, but now...
Now we bullshitting in the city. What's up? And we got a podcast.
The same shit, yeah.
New people.
Yeah, we got a podcast. Go ahead and tune in to our podcast. It's called Test Tube Talk. You can find it right here. Subscribe, comment, like, do that. You can also find it. Eventually, we're gonna do Stitcher and everything, right? We're working on that.
Yeah, my bad. I've been bullshitting, but we're definitely gonna get out there on the podcast platforms. You feel me? I have to look up that shit and get it all started.
How you feel about it? How you feel like our growth is so far? We're in our 4th episode now.
Oh, and we got our comment. Like, we got a really nice comment.
Oh, yeah,
on
we should
YouTube.
pull up.
That was really sweet. Thank you.
We should definitely pull up a.
I'm not going to say his name because I'll let Jacob say his name. If he wants to shout him out.
We should definitely pull up his comment. Yo, we got our first comment on YouTube. And comment was, "Hey, Jay and Alyssa, I like your guys' vision of getting people to do what they love for a living. That's pretty cool. Just saw Joe Rogan's first episode. Keep doing what you love. I support you guys." And I was like, damn, man, that's just like super positive.
Right. I love that.
His username, Handsome Sex God.
Thank you, Handsome Sex God.
No, go check it. Go check his YouTube out. Go subscribe to it because I went and checked it out. I'm subscribed to it now. He got some pretty dope music that he's been working on.
Appreciate you for listening if you actually did.
Shout out to you. Handsome Sexy God. But yeah, man, that was pretty dope, man. And that's kind of what we're trying to do here. It's just
spread some positivity.
Yeah, spread some positivity. Get people to start thinking about what they can do with their life instead of just like
also
listening to somebody.
This is a way better way to put out your opinion. Like to put your this is a way better way to put your opinion out there than ranting on Facebook and like social media.
Yeah, and
yelling at people.
You got like family and friends. You got like family and friends on Facebook and social media. Like we're not really asking anybody to listen to this podcast. If you're listening to it right now, it's.
But if you want to know what I think.
Yeah, if you want to know what we think, you can listen to. There you go.
Right.
Everybody has podcasts now, huh?
I feel like we think that everybody does, but a lot of people don't. And
at least not in our area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people that we know about, they have like a little podcast on the side.
Yeah. I know, like, I don't know, because like starting right now, I heard on one podcast they're talking about like you start right now, it's going to be rough. But if you've been on a podcast going 2-3 years, you're gonna start getting these contracts. Like people will start. They have like you know how like you sign a music deal, like a music label. They give you a certain amount of money, get a studio, get the quality up, and everything like that.
Yeah.
Sign a contract, and then you're hooked up with them.
Mhm.
You know, they call me Daddy Girls.
Yeah.
They work for Barstool, so they came up with the podcast, started broadcasting on their own, and it got picked up by Barstool Sports. So that's who broadcasters there, and gives them a bigger reach and audience, and gives a little more finances and stuff. You know, just
Yeah.
steady income.
I think that people who've started podcasts like a few years back, they actually had to work for it. And now that everyone's, the new wave of podcasts is getting out to a lot of people, it's getting out there. People are listening to it a lot more. That's why they're blowing up. And that's why it's so hard for the people who are just starting out to actually blow up, because everyone's focused on shit that's been there for like years, because that's the first thing that's going to pop up, you know? They've
Yeah,
built their following for this like long. They're going to show up whenever you look them up or whenever you look up podcasts.
and you kind of want to like just stay on the journey with them. You know,
Right.
it's like yeah,
And
whatever.
honestly, I mean, if you go on and you try and look for a podcast, are you going to look on a brand new episode from a brand new person that you've never even
Yeah.
seen before? You're going to go to like an old person that you've seen before, you've
Reviews.
heard about, and
Yeah.
they have good reviews. They have a whole bunch of shit to listen to.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like most of the podcasts are like 40, 50 some year old people
Mhm.
talking about I don't know, like shit that like current events has to do with people in our age group and our demographic. I was like, well, we should start just a podcast. I was like, we're here
Because
like
we're in our age group.
yeah,
And we're in our
you get from
demographic. So yeah.
inside view, but I see why. I kind of see why you only start your podcast till you're older. Is I don't know the way you talk. I guess just from life experience, you
Yeah,
learn how
and
to.
a lot of people who have podcasts have actually started off with something different, like Dave Ramsey, all these comedians. Like you have authors that start podcasts, you have actors and actresses that start podcasts. Like they've all done something
Oh yeah,
before.
it's all like
So
celebrities.
yeah,
The
so
podcast. Yeah, they're all
not
jumping.
not so much celebrities, but they've done a major event or thing in their life to where they have learned they've learned to like better communication. They've learned like, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but you know what I mean.
No, I think like as far as the benefits of the podcast, they definitely outweigh the bullshit that we had to go through. Like our first couple podcasts, a little rough and cringy, and
Yeah.
I mean even right now, I feel
We're
like
doing okay.
I think we're doing okay, but I
Yeah.
think we could do better. I could see
Definitely.
just editing the first few ones a little bit of improvement, and
I
that's
thought you were
gonna
gonna say I can see why people don't listen to it. So I'm like, yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
But no, I can see the little improvements. And I mean, that's gonna and really anything you do.
It's all about growth and knowledge.
Because even if you're gonna get a job in sales, okay, when you're trying to get a job, you need to sell yourself to that company. Be like, hey,
Right.
this, you know. So communication is key. It's everything.
You damn right.
So that's a one.
So we're here
big,
to learn, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's one big benefit of this. That's why I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna start just spitting the facts, man. We should start taking chucking back, popping out alpha brains, and reading books and shit. You know.
Yeah. I try and read, but I never finish the book. I haven't finished a book since like middle school, high school.
What's the last book you finished?
Like not I don't know one that I've finished, but I know one that I've got 3/4 of the way through. It was called IQ, and it was about like the FBI or CIA or some government type bullshit. And it was like a kid's book. Or it wasn't a kid's book, but you know those like preteens or like middle between like 10 and 20 type books to where anyone can read them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was one of those. It was good. It was a mystery.
It's mystery, true
And
story.
No, I never found out what happened though.
Oh, well, why didn't you finish it?
I've been trying to find it, but I can't find it in bookstores. And it's like $20 online, so I don't know. I'm not that interested in reading it.
We still ain't finished that one book that we got on
Audible.
Audible. Yeah,
Yeah.
Audible. shout out to Audible. We got this one book. What is it
It was
called?
a manifestation book, and it was about meditation and manifestation, where you can like meditate, clear your mind, and then manifest. It was a lot about anger management too, because like and emotional control.
Yeah, just controlling your emotions.
Yeah, it went from like emotional control to meditation to manifestation.
Well, like with the emotional control and anger, is like what we were saying earlier with the coat snagging on the handle.
Yeah,
The more
there's a lot to do with
you're
it.
putting
Yeah,
that out into the universe. You're putting
Yep.
those vibes out, so that's what you're gonna get around you, surrounding you.
Exactly.
But if you try to just make the best of it and stay positive, that's when you're gonna get somewhere.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm just kidding.
don't freaking judge me. I'm not gonna answer it, bro. Like
Hey,
certain
hello.
people,
How are you?
certain people. Hey, hello, what's going on
Right.
in the podcast? But yeah,
No, it's true though. So the book was basically telling us, well, it was a weird point of view from where it came from. It came from this person who thought that they were like a god of somewhat. And they thought that, no, they thought that this god was speaking through them, like using their body to like speak to other people. And so this one person who's a person, like, what do you call people who like get possessed? Host, I guess. Okay, so this one person had family members and he was the host, and this God was speaking through him, and he was telling people, his family was asking the God questions, and so the family would summon the God through the host, and they would ask him questions, and he was basically saying that life is all about, to succeed in life, all you need to do is have emotional control, because if you don't, if you have bad vibes, you're going to get bad vibes back. They're like, I don't know how to explain it. You would better explain it or elaborate, but you put out bad vibes, you're going to get bad vibes. So you have to basically control your emotions, bring positive energy, and then you're going to get positive energy. Then you meditate on that positive energy, and you let go of all of your negative energy, and then you manifest more positive energy, and then you're golden.
Yeah.
So we only gotten like 3 chapters, but that's what I've gotten so far, and I feel pretty smarter already.
So I mean, it's really all about just manifesting things. Once you realize how powerful your thoughts are, and that you've been manifesting your whole life, if you can like hone in on that skill, you can do it for the best. And that's kind of where it just goes along with the manifestation. And I don't know about there's this one book, I don't know if it was Oprah's book or Oprah was associated with a book called The Secret or something, and it's all about that. But I don't know, I think it's a lot like it's almost more simpler than that. Like and that's what with it being more simpler is what kind of makes it kind of not so simple.
So weird.
Huh?
Tell me a time where you didn't know about manifestation. When did you actually learn about it?
Probably about like a year ago.
Exactly. It's so weird to think of myself not knowing about all of this.
Yeah.
Before, and like how I handled life problems, just like life in general.
Yeah.
Like now I handle it with a whole nother perspective.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of mind blowing.
My biggest proof of manifestation, I only started like believing it like a year ago, but my biggest proof is like you and Henny. Like, just look at like the things I put out in the universe, and just look at this place right here.
Right.
We got a nice house. We got
from where we came from too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's like, I don't know. Like what I was telling you earlier, if this is just all me and projections of my mind, almost as how sometimes it could feel, because it's just like just so spot on of like
what you wanted.
Yeah, like well, I don't even know what I wanted. I just what I needed, you know.
Baby,
this was crazy.
I love you.
Oh, I love you, baby.
No, I agree. I definitely got what I've wanted out of life so far.
Yeah.
I still have more goals, but I know those are coming soon.
Time I've been driving my car, I'm like, this finna be a Ferrari. In a couple years, it's gonna be a Ferrari.
That'd be nice.
I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking maybe it'll be Ferrari, man. I know it's gonna be Ferrari.
Yeah.
I know it. Yeah.
I want a Bentley.
Bentley.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just go ahead, and manifest that shit up for you, baby girl.
All right. I'm getting a Bentley in the next few years. Don't hold me to it, because that's no promises.
But a Bentley coupe.
Shit, I don't know. I just want a matte black Bentley, black rims, all black everything. Maybe a Rolls Royce, and then I can get the diamonds inside. The little stars.
That's a big boy. I get you a Bentley coupe. I could see you just driving that thing around.
I'm gonna drive some fast.
Trade in the Malibu for the Bentley coupe.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta trade in the Ford. Malibu's not even mine.
Yeah, you damn right. Trading in for the Fusion.
LOL.
We'll get over that, babe. We're gonna get that shit paid off for.
That feels like an ego death to me. You know that? You always talk about ego deaths. That feels like an ego death.
Losing everything. No, an ego death is like, well, I was talking about, okay, like one projections of my own mind. So if you believe that, then that means it's just me only existing, and I'm just like creating like this made up reality around me. And I was like, this whole time I thought I had these friends, these family. This whole time I've been alone.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's what's crazy. So like, I mean, look at it this way: there's prisoners out there in maximum security, rapists, murderers, and they're all locked up together.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing you can do to them is to put them in solitary confinement and let them be by themselves. It's something.
It'll drive them crazy.
Yeah, drive them crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's something about us. We just need to be social. We need each other to live, and that's kind of how we thrived and evolved. It was in these packs and these groups. You go out in the woods by yourself.
You're better off with another person with you.
Yeah, you're better off with a group, yo. If you have a group, you're good. But you go by yourself, man, you toast, man.
Unless you Tarzan, you just might not make it.
Nah, man, you definitely gonna be no Tarzan, man. We're so soft nowadays, man.
We are. Yeah. Our animals are even evolving into softies.
For real?
Yeah, you know, dogs used to not look like our dog. He's a pretty boy. But back in the olden days, he would have been all mangly. He would have had rough, bigger paws. He probably would have had a bigger, set of teeth.
Well, they even had pit bulls back in them days, I don't think, huh?
I feel like every species that we find, we probably just don't know about them, because where does a new species come from? It all evolves from something, right?
Yeah. And there's so many species that we don't even know about.
Exactly. The ocean, oh my God, there's so much shit that we haven't seen.
They say that we know more about the surface of Mars than we know about the ocean.
Yeah.
There's a spot in the ocean that goes like 7 miles deep. The trenches.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of that before?
You can't even physically go down there. Your head will blow up from so much pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's where the did you ever used to have those books in high school that had like a bunch of like fishes and stuff in it? Like they'd have just different animal pictures.
Yeah.
And one had like nothing but like fish and shark. But I remember seeing the little fish had the antenna thing in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, light, like a lampshade. That shit was crazy.
I think they're called glowfish or something, because they have the little light to...
I don't know what they're called, but that's where...
I think that's from Nemo.
Man, yeah. I think they appeared on Nemo one time. Yeah. But I don't know because if you look at that in like octopus, that's alien right there.
I was just watching a video of an octopus the other day, and I was watching it change colors to blend in with its,
surroundings.
Yeah, thank you. And oh my God, that shit was crazy.
Dude, octopus are alien.
Yeah.
And also a thing too is with dolphins. They say that dolphins are like super intelligent. the way we look at it, like in our perspective, you can't write an email, you can't text, you don't have cell phones, you don't have a house, you're not wearing pants, makes you not intelligent. But theory is that dolphins could very well be as smart, if not smarter, than us. Their
Yeah.
brain, their makeup of their brain is like the same density and the same like made up by kind of like the same tissues as ours, but it's 2 times as big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they'd be going down in the water,
Echoing back and
yeah,
forth, communicating. Yeah.
yeah. So man, ain't no telling. It could just be like water people.
You think mermaids are real?
Mermaids? I don't know. Maybe at one point.
I think mermaids are real. I don't think that they look like us though. They're probably looking like some alien type shit, and they may have the same features.
I've heard this. I've heard the story that mermaids were actually in fact seals, and like the sailormen, they would be out on sea for so long that they would just like have kind of like almost a mirage. They would see like these seals, and they would
just get their eyes fucked up. Their brain would be all fucked up. They'd be tired.
Half seal, like half woman, and they're just so delusional.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah,
it could be that, and they could have just brought their story back and told everybody, and now everyone's thinking that mermaids are real, and they come up with their own conspiracies.
Or they just seen these seals. These seamen had seen these seals, and they're like, "Oh shit, that'll work. Let me just go ahead and unload my semen in there."
So they got the seals pregnant?
No, I don't think it works like that. I don't think you could just have like a hybrid like that.
Are you talking about semen, like sperm?
The semen, both of them. No, both of them. The guys out at sea. And
okay.
They ran into the seals and looked at them as mermaids.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about semen.
Yeah, there's a bit
semen. I was like, what?
I mean, there's semen involved.
You're nasty. No, I don't know.
I don't know. I think, but it's possible. I don't think to this day, no, probably not. But back in the day, yeah, there's probably mermaids and shit like that.
Yeah, I believe so.
You believe it?
I also believe there's aliens. Oh my God! Speaking of aliens, you remember that movie, based on true events or a true story about the fourth kind? I think it was called, and she was doing like a documentary on like her experiences with the extraterrestrial, and it came and took her kid away or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I think that was bullshit.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, the movies they could say based on a true story, but I mean that's anything close.
But they should have legal documentation to where if you say based on a true story, it actually has to be based on a true story. Because now you're just scaring me and I have nightmares for weeks.
Man, it's just like them ghost hunting shows. They're all bullshit, man.
No, ghosts are real.
But I know, but the ghost hunting shows, they'll be like,
oh yeah, they definitely hype it up whenever they when one dude in the corner makes a creak on the wood and they'd be like, oh, it's a ghost.
They'll be like, y'all hear that? Cut it to commercial.
Right. Get everybody hyped up.
And they'll be like, well, we're not sure what it is, but it could be this. But I'm not saying it is paranormal because most likely it's not. But
right, and at the end of the show, they ain't find shit.
Yeah, man, dude, and they've gone on for like 12 seasons. What the fuck, bro? Yeah, that shit.
Okay, I be watching them shows.
I know why.
I'm like, oh shit, what they find?
I'm like, this is the one.
Right, this is it. This is the money maker.
They've done a couple of them that, like, at least it seemed like they had some type of real experiences.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, that was all just bullshit.
Well, like I said, I've lived in a haunted house, so I know that shit is real.
Oh, yeah. I know. You lived in a haunted house. What was it? That was episode 2 or 3?
One of them. That shit was crazy. Y'all don't even know the half of it, first of all.
That's some crazy shit, babe.
That'd be cool if I can get my friend Kristen and Monet to talk about it. Because I remember they would come over and they would see shit. And Kristen was so paranoid. She would like hate coming over sometimes. She'd be like, your house is haunted. I don't want to hang out with you. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens, man. What can you do about that? Like, you sage and stuff, but other than that, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it depends on what type of spirit you have. Some people, just use exorcist and they like sage the house, they bless the house and all of that. But I don't really know how that goes. Like when you play religion into it, like there's so many different religions. Like, how do we know that your religion is going to stop this demon? Does that make sense?
Yeah. But the way I look at it, there's more than one way to get to heaven. I think the gist of it is just be a good person.
Right. But I've heard and I've seen success stories on like blessing the house, like bringing a pastor or a priest in, blessing the house and all of that. And it gets rid of the spirit. But how? If you bring a Buddhist in and he does something to try and get rid of the spirit, is it going to work? If you bring like an Amish person in.
Well, it's the thing, it's always Christian, because maybe it's like maybe the Buddhists would say that it's all in your head, that you're manifesting the thing around you. But
I guess we have to really educate ourselves on each religion, but that's a big like question for me because there are a bunch of different religions. So
I don't know. Y'all just moved out, right? Y'all never tried to get
we never
the house
never did
blessed or
no.
sage or anything like that?
Because my mom really didn't experience it. She just got like secondhand from me and my grandma when she was staying with us, and we would tell her shit.
That shit is crazy. You weren't scared? I don't see how you could just go to sleep.
You know what? Okay, mind blown. Okay, so what if my mom never experienced it because she was on a whole nother level of like manifestation and not believing us and just like pushing it off to the side. But me and I was influenced by my grandma a lot because she didn't raise me, but she helped raise me with my mom. She took care of me a lot. So I was influenced by her. So what if I was just like based off her vibes and like her energy and she was the one bringing all that shit?
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, that's how I was thinking, but shit, man, ain't no telling really, man.
Right, we never know, because I don't know where that house stands now.
Man, I would like to go to like a haunted house and go check it out, but what I'm scared of is like bringing back demons or something like that.
They definitely can attach themselves.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause you've heard stories where it's like they go on a ghost hunt and then something comes back to them into their house. That I couldn't deal with. If it's just some regular ghosts or some people lost, they didn't make their transition into afterlife or whatever, then yeah, I could do that. But what worries me is something like truly evil would come.
And you know what's weird? I know you may not want to talk about this, but our ex homegirl, she had thought that she had a demon, and then we invited her into our home, and then things got crazy. You remember? And like all that negative energy was like stirred around us.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember telling you, I was like, yo, what if she's a demon?
Yeah. And then she had told me like a while after that she thought that, she had something attached to her or whatever. And I was like, bitch, get the fuck away from me. Yeah. Like, take that shit elsewhere.
Yeah, and wreak havoc on our life.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think people can really carry that shit around. And, maybe that's why we feel like their auras so heavily when we first meet them. Like, maybe some people, they give you such like a negative aura because they probably like have something attached to them or something, or they're just carrying around the negative weight. But
yeah, I mean, they could be like extra deceiving too.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
I don't really know what's going on, but I know for the most part, it's best just to get those negative people out of your life. You want people, like you want to surround people with what you want to be, or people are on the same page, coming up with you. Because if you're surrounded by a bunch of losers, you're gonna end up just being a loser. If you feel like you're the smartest person in your group, you're probably not in the right group. You want to be constantly like pushed and um I don't know, like push to like just do your best and be be the best that you can do. Cause I don't know, I've noticed that with some friend group that I hung out with in high school, I wasn't really going nowhere. Is when I started cutting people off, I started branching out. I started doing better for
Yep.
myself. And then
Some people are there for that certain time period. They're not meant to be there forever.
I believe that too. I believe that some people are just put here just to teach us a lesson.
Yep,
Yeah.
I believe that. And it sucks because I've known a lot of good people that were only supposed to be in my life for a certain time period. You know?
Yeah.
They're good people, but I just can't fuck with them anymore because they were only supposed to be in my life a certain time period. Like I'm not meant to go on and communicate with you later in my life. Because you're either gonna hold me back or associate me with the wrong crowd or something, you know?
True, yeah. And I would always try to like bring people on the path with me, be like, man,
Right,
quit
me
doing this
too.
shit.
Me
But
too. But
in
they
the
were
long
only
run,
supposed to be there for a certain time.
yeah, in the long run, they kind of just held me back because I need to really just focus on myself and worry
Right?
about myself first before
Yep.
I can help anybody else. You know how like when
Hmm.
you're in a airplane, they always say put your oxygen mask on for your oxygen mask on first before you help any kids. Our instinct would be
Can't
like,
help nobody else if you can't help
our
yourself.
instinct is like put it on the kids first, but you can't help. You're not gonna be able to help anybody else if you're
Can't help
sitting there
yourself.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's the damn truth.
that's a lesson of the day.
And to add to that, there are some people that were only meant to be in my life for that certain time period, but they're still cheering me on from the sidelines. You have some people like that who you haven't talked to in years, and no harm or foul against them. You guys never fell off for any particular reason. You just stopped talking, you know? But they're
Yeah.
still like cheering you on from the sidelines. But you don't communicate with them, you know?
You,
Or showing you support in some type of way, you know?
yeah, there's people like that, good at people, and even the haters though, even the people that like look down
The
and want
haters,
me to
yeah.
fail.
Haters are on the sidelines with them.
Yeah, exactly. They're like
Yep.
your number one promotion because the haters is gonna talk about you all the time.
Very true.
And then other people be like, let me check it out. You know,
Right.
I mean, it's a saying, any publicity is good publicity.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying that right?
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I really don't too much worry about what other people think nowadays.
Me neither.
It used to eat me up. I want to just fit in, but now I'm over here just dorking out on a podcast that no.
I didn't tell you. I'm gonna interrupt you right
No,
there.
go ahead.
Whoa, I'm talking about the Beavers and the Butthead coming right back.
All right, guys, we're back.
Okay, what's up? Sorry I had to interrupt you, but I was gonna tell you that I saw this post on Facebook the other day, and this person that I used to know, she was going on about how someone was talking shit about her, or just ranting on Facebook. Someone's talking trash, right? And of course, everyone in the comments is from our hometown, and they were just like, "Bitch, what happened? Tell me. Let's fight this hoe. Let's get this bitch." Like just hyping her up. And I never comment on her post, and I never comment on anyone's post really. But I decided to comment, and I was like, "Everyone's gonna talk about you, or your name is always gonna be in someone's mouth, good or bad. Keep your peace and let them talk." And I saw that she and a couple other people had hearted that shit. And I was like the only sane one in the comments because everyone else just kept hyping her up. And I was like, bro, people are going to talk about you no matter what. That they're always going to, whether it's good or bad. It's not like you can do anything about it. You just have to keep your peace. And that's what makes you the bigger person.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yep, and that's exactly what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about what we didn't kind of give, like, as you get older, you give less fucks about what other people think about you.
Right.
Because you should really be doing things for yourself.
Yeah, you can't do this shit for other people because then you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied.
Yeah, you'll never be satisfied. But if you're doing something that you're happy to do and something that just brings you peace and something you can be proud of, then that's all really that matters.
Yep. And keeping your peace can keep you away from mental illness too. Because some people, they like, and I don't know about you, but in my head, if I'm in a negative place, I can go on and on and on. Like that train will just keep going until I just completely self-destruct myself.
Yeah, I have that too. Like, I can think of like a negative person and like just, I don't know, I'm just like, man, fuck such and such, and like, man, motherfucker. And then I sit back and I listen, I'm like, yo, I'm letting them win. They're getting the
Right.
best of me. They might not even be thinking about me. So, I don't know, about a couple years back, I started just not even thinking about anybody else, not caring what people would think about me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really honestly made my life
A whole lot easier.
a whole lot easier. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't have to carry around that extra burden of like worrying about getting that validation from someone else.
Right.
I do shit that I want to do for myself, not validate my goddamn self. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Yeah,
agree. Mm-hmm.
and that's what it's all about now. I mean,
That's how we living, y'all.
we really only got each other
Keeping
right
our
now. We
peace,
just
minding our business. That's how we live.
yeah, we still doing a thing. We got really just each other hanging out
We
all
the
the
happiest
time.
motherfuckers ever, too.
I know. Yeah, I feel like it's just so cool that I thank God that I was able to find you. You know, because I think it's just cool that we
Oh,
can.
me too.
I guess.
It was a weird way of finding each other, but I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, I'm just glad I get to spend my life with you. You know,
I did not expect this.
sometimes I be at work, I'm like, man, I live with a whole another person. Like that's my other half, and it's like,
Yeah. And we're
and
just alike, pretty much.
before I do anything, I'm just thinking about, oh, well, what is Alyssa gonna do? Like how I involve her, what she's gonna do about it. But yeah, it's been cool. I don't know if we. I mean, we got a little bit of time left. We could go into how we met, or we could save it for another
Nah.
podcast.
Save it for another pod.
Save for
What's our time right now?
we're at like 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
You want to call it?
Yeah, we go ahead and call it. And
All right. Yeah, I got some more stories for y'all, but we're going to do this shit on a weekend where I'm like more prepared. I'm not mentally exhausted from work. I'm ready
we
to
got
talk.
a bunch of guest podcasts lined up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who's coming on this
like,
weekend yet, but stay tuned.
yeah, we'll definitely have at least another guest on this weekend. But we got a bunch of them already lined up going just ready to come up on the pod, and we got another list of people just already been on the pod. And it's a lot of fun, and if y'all feel like y'all have something interesting to share, I mean, feel free to email us testtubetvofficial@gmail.com, DM us testtubetv on Instagram. Go ahead and I don't know, just get us, reach out at us. We're looking for guests, we're looking for interest conversations. We're just trying to really get people's gears just running, trying to figure out what they want to do with their life, kind of open people's eyes to know that they're not alone in this world. That I mean, me and Alyssa, we feel the same. That we feel like there's something that we should be doing that we're not, and we're all just trying to figure this shit out together. It's just a whole,
Right.
yeah, it's just a whole big team of misfits. So tell your friends if you feel like you got any value from this podcast to join this movement. We're gonna keep cranking these podcasts out for y'all. Alyssa, you got any closing notes?
Closing notes.
Yeah. You got anything? Stay hydrated.
Stay groovy, baby.
Stay groovy, stay hydrated. Love you, motherfuckers.
Peace.